We don't have to do absolutely everything on our own. The only way to do something that appears impossible is to surrender it to a higher power. That can carry you beyond what you can humanly do. Welcome to Body, Mind, and Spirit. I'm your host, Dr. Diely Pichardo Johansson. When I have said in the past that there are very few things in the world more beneficial for your emotions than a spiritual practice, this is what I'm talking about, no matter what you name it. A belief system that helps you understand the chaos in the world. A set of values and a connection to people around you and to something bigger than you. Once you have those three things, you are set. And I don't mind what you decide to call that. If you want to call that religion, spirituality, ethics, grounding rituals, energy centering, whatever you call it, you are set. And yet, if you thought those three are good enough, be ready to be wowed. There is two more reasons why having a spiritual anchor is the best thing that can ever happen to you. I'm going to start with the bonus, the greatest one. We could call it number 4, but it's actually the most important one that is going to relate to your health at multiple levels. Having a spiritual anchor that answers those questions about who we are, why are we here, that connects you, that gives you values, is the antidote against the hungry ghost. That sense of emptiness and void that we compulsively seek to feel through addictions, through alcohol, overeating, drugs, through smoking, through unhealthy habits. As Dr. John Bradshaw called it, there's a difference between first-degree recovery and second-degree recovery. Very often, when you quit an addiction, you end up jumping into another one. People quit smoking and then start eating like crazy and gain weight. People quit alcohol, but then become addicted to gambling. There is a hunger inside us, a void that we're constantly trying to fill. And when you find a spiritual path, a spiritual anchor, that becomes less and less strong. You're able to fill that void with what really matters, and your need for the previous addiction goes down. And speaking of addictions, anybody who ever participated in a 12-step program will tell you the only way to do something that appears impossible is to surrender it to a higher power. And that is the 5th benefit of having a spiritual anchor. It brings a realm, an invisible realm that we can unload on. We don't have to do absolutely everything on our own. And that, whether you call it God, spirit, spiritual forces, invisible forces, energy, that can carry you beyond what you can humanly do. It doesn't mean you're not going to do anything. The way that invisible force knows you're serious in your intention is because you started doing your part, and then it steps in and carries you and helps you. In the past, I had said, never underestimate your health efforts, even if they were imperfect. You are adding up. Every 1% adds up. Every 1 degree change can add up and at the end prevent you from hitting the iceberg. If there is such thing as the 1% rule and the 1 degree, 10 degree rule, the greatest thing, bigger than that, is the butterfly effect. That understanding that even the flap of a butterfly can create a change in the environmental conditions that can eventually lead to a tornado, an earthquake, a tsunami, something that changes completely history. By doing your part the best you can, but trusting there is something bigger and greater than you. You don't even need to name it, even less try to understand it. That will pick up the pieces after you have done your part. That is the way to unleash that butterfly effect. And then you can call that's when miracles happen, or you can call that's when the improbable becomes probable. If this conversation resonates with you, please consider sharing it with someone you care for. I would love to hear what you think. Please comment, like this video, and consider subscribing so you can be notified as we tackle an even greater question. How a spiritual anchor is not only the best thing that can happen to your health, is also the only hope to save the healthcare system. We are casting spells on each other constantly with our words. Think, what if the attention we pay to illness and symptoms is actually increasing illness and symptoms? If law of attraction sounds crazy, quantum physics is worse.